If you're a mixed martial arts fan, you want to see this fight for the 205-pound belt in the UFC.
UFC light heavyweight champion.
You have the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Jon Jones, taking on a guy who is extremely similar to him in style, in aggression, and in skills, and that man is Alexander Gustafsson, who's riding very high in confidence and believes he's the man who can take the belt from Jones.
Everything he's going to throw at me at the fight, I have seen it before, and I can respond to it.
He's been fighting for a lot longer than I've been fighting, so I would imagine he's seen a lot of the techniques, but he's never faced anything close to me.
Jon Jones is the most exciting fighter to watch in the UFC today. He's submitting submission experts. He's out wrestling world-class wrestlers. The guy has the ability to do it all, and it looks like he's just having a great time out there.
Being a champion is really important to go at people at what they're best at, because a champion needs to be able to defeat any style.
You're talking about a guy who has gone through the best of the division and done it with flying colors. He has only lost one round in the history of his mixed martial arts career inside the octagon. The first round with Lyoto Machida, and that was close.
To be able to have the most light heavyweight title defenses, the most consecutive title defenses, it's huge. I mean, just a chance to be the best at something.
Jon has the potential to go down as the greatest mixed martial arts fighter of all time.
Jon Jones remains the UFC light heavyweight champion.
Everybody got weaknesses. You know, we're human beings. It's up to me to find out in the fight what he's weak at and what he's strong at. And same goes for him.
Gustafsson looking for the finish.
These fighters are the future of the sport. This kind of perfect storm of abilities and mind.
To do this sport, you need to be a special individual, full confident, and I know it.
Alexander Gustafsson has all the skills to go out there and beat Jon Jones. He has the size, he has the speed, and he has the knockout power.
I can beat Jon Jones any day.
This is a guy with 9 knockouts in his career. Alexander Gustafsson is going to be really tough to beat on the feet.
My game planning for this fight is going to be pick him apart slowly to see my opportunity to knock his ass out.
Unbelievable!
I don't think Alexander Gustafsson is a more powerful striker than me. I think he really emphasizes and really takes a lot of pride in his hands, and maybe that makes him seem like he punches a lot harder. But I've fought in a lot higher level competition, and I've been able to rock a lot of dudes.
Looking to finish Shogun!
Gustafsson has 1 loss in his whole career, and that was against Phil Davis. It was only his 2nd fight in the UFC. He was out-wrestled throughout that fight. Since then, he's actually trained with Phil Davis. He has been undefeated. His wrestling offensively and defensively has improved a tremendous amount.
You know, I learned jiu-jitsu, I learned Muay Thai, I learned wrestling. I just got much better MMA athlete. You know, in the fight against Jones, who knows? Maybe I would be the first guy to take him down.
I clearly have an advantage in wrestling and in jiu-jitsu. You know, I have the most submissions in light heavyweight history, 100% takedown defense. If I take Alexander down to the ground, he will experience the worst ground and pound that he's ever felt in his life. Me and Alexander had a very small Twitter war. I think he said something like, Jones is afraid to look me in the eyes, and, you know, basically he was looking for the fight.
I challenged him, and he responded to that.
I went at him. I was just like, hey, listen, I want to let you know that fighting me is bad for your career. It's going to be bad for your image.
What he's done in the sport, it's something special. You know, it's a one of a kind, and I'm here to take his belt. If I'm going to take a belt from anybody, I want to take it from him because he's the best one in the world.
Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson actually have a lot of similarities. They both have long reaches, they're both tall. This is the first time we're seeing a taller man against Jon Jones.
Some people out there are just dying for excuses for my success. I've heard everything like, Jon Jones is so long, or, you know, he's just so much younger, or he's not fighting guys in their prime. And I think beating a guy like Alexander Gustafsson will just shut up more critics, basically.
Jon Jones is the youngest champion in UFC history!
I'm winning this fight not only for myself, but for everyone who has believed in me since day one. All I gotta do is just respect my opponent, work my tail off, reach out and grab what's mine.
It's, you know, when I get that belt around my waist, it's a dream come true for real. I'm ready. I know I belong here. I know that belt is mine.
Come on, son. Come on.
interim champ Renan Barao versus former WEC bantamweight champion Eddie Wineland is a fight between two of the most exciting and dynamic young fighters in the UFC today, and will determine the next challenger for Dominic Cruz's belt.
UFC interim bantamweight champion of the world.
Renan Barao is the UFC's interim champion, while the current champion, Dominic Cruz, recovers from his second knee surgery in a row.
Tinha objetivo que era poder conquistar o cinturão e graças a Deus eu tive a oportunidade de chegar lá e conquistar esse grande sonho.
Eddie Wineland has been one of the top mixed martial artists for a very long time.
He has proven himself to be a very dangerous and formidable opponent for everyone he faces inside the octagon.
I was the first owner of the bantamweight WEC belt, so basically I'm trying to put the belt back in the hands of the rightful owner.
Renan Barao is one of the most spectacular fighters in any UFC division. He is a candidate for anyone's top 10 pound-for-pound list in all of mixed martial arts.
Man, that guy hits hard.
He is a tremendous striker. He also has knockout power. He's deadly with his kicks, his knees. He hits very hard with his hands, and he's a high-level black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has tremendous submission skills. Renan Barao, out of his 32 fights, 20 have been finishes.
Eu acho que com certeza, né? Eu acho que eu sou um pouco mais completo ali. Eu acho que tem minha parte de chão, minha parte de queda, acho que melhor do que a dele. Ele, se conseguir conectar alguns golpes contundentes ali, eu acho que ele vai servir bastante.
Renan Barao is fighting with an amazing invincibility factor right now. He has remained unbeaten for 8 years. What that does is it gives you so much momentum as a fighter. It gives you so much confidence as a fighter.
Eu pretendo manter isso aí por um bom tempo e treinando bastante, treinando forte, dando o meu melhor, dando meu sangue aqui. Chegar lá e poder dar um grande show.
Oh, flying knee. A guy who's been a champion wants to be a champion again. Eddie Wineland believes he's up to this task.
I'm going all in. You know, all my chips are on the table, and this is the big one. My little brother, Corey, has kind of been my inspiration. He's, I guess, a miracle child. He was burnt 98% of his body when he was 2 years old. He was given basically a 1 in a million chance to live. To think of the pain that he endured, you know, when I'm training and I'm hurting, and all I think is, you know, this is nothing compared to what that kid's been through.
If you're gonna do that, don't half-ass it.
Eddie Wineland has a tremendous amount of heart. He also has knockout power, so that makes him extremely dangerous. He's an excellent wrestler. He's very good on the ground as well. He has a style that really presents a lot of problems for Barao.
I'm gonna punch him in the head, and he's gonna go, holy cow. He's gonna try and take me down. I'm gonna stop the takedown, and I'm gonna continue to punch him in the head until he falls down.
Oh, down goes Jorgensen, he's out.
Being the first person to finish Scott with KO, that was awesome. Nobody's ever done that before. I think that's a testament to how hard I hit.
Eddie Wineland is one of the best counter punchers in the UFC, and if he can land one of those big shots off of Renan Barao's either failed strike, or as soon as he's done with the combination, he can take Renan Barao out.
Big shot by Wineland.
I'm not concerned at all with his quickness or his speed. I feel I'm the faster and stronger fighter.
Ele fala que é mais rápido e mais forte que eu, mas eu acho que quem tem boca fala o que quer. Eu acho que no dia da luta a gente vai ver quem é mais rápido e mais forte.
Look at the size of Jon Jones.
The reach is just such a monstrous advantage. The incredible arm length and leg length.
Who's gonna beat that big freak?
Gustafsson, 6'5", taller than Jon Jones.
A true contender for Jon Jones.
He can hit fighters when they can't hit him.
Alexander Gustafsson. Let's go! Jones and Gustafsson for the light heavyweight title. Only one man will leave the best of the light heavyweight division